Okay, this is our behavior intervention plan training. I'm going to use this training to provide information on the behavior intervention plan we'll be implementing with a client. We'll start up with the purpose. The purpose of this intervention will be to address some of the behaviors we've seen recently with our client. The goal will be to decrease the problem behavior using a DRO schedule, which delivers reinforcement when the behavior does not occur for a specified period of time. So we're going to use this approach to promote intervals of appropriate behavior by reinforcing the absence of the problem behavior. There's also another aspect of this intervention which will specifically target the bathroom routine, which is a context where we've seen the challenging behavior occur. So yeah, there's two main components of the plan. The first is the DRO for spitting. Reinforcement's going to be delivered as the client goes intervals without spitting. This component will has the goal of decreasing the frequency of spitting across all contacts by reinforcing its absence. And then our second part of the plan is the bathroom routine reinforcer. In this component, the client will earn reinforcement by completing their bathroom routine in full, without any hitting, spitting, biting, or playing in the toilet. This component will reinforce the task completion in a safe and appropriate manner, and help improving that behavior of increasing their bathroom routine. So first, we'll go ahead and define what is differential reinforcement. Differential reinforcement is a behavior change procedure where one behavior is reinforced while another behavior is not reinforced, basically, also called extinction. The goal of this will be to increase the desired or appropriate behavior, in this case, the absence of a problem behavior by delivering reinforcement only under certain circumstances. Differential reinforcement comes in several different forms depending on what behaviors and how the reinforcement is provided, and also what's being placed on extinction. DRO is one type of differential reinforcement that we'll be focused on for this procedure. So DRO, also called differential reinforcement of other behavior, is simply a procedure where reinforcement is provided only if the target behavior does not occur for a specified interval. So first, we kind of select a targeted behavior. We set an interval or an amount of time, and then we basically deliver reinforcement if the behavior does not occur during that interval. Now, if the behavior does occur, we reset the interval and we don't provide reinforcement. Gradually over time, we increase the interval time to kind of thin the schedule of that reinforcement. Only periods where the target behavior did not occur are reinforced, so the target behavior is not provided with reinforcement and therefore is placed on extinction. In this case, the target behavior being spitting. We have some definitions here for our target behavior. Our first one being spitting. Expelling saliva from the mouth in the direction of the person. The client expels saliva towards a staff member when a demand is placed. Then we have the non-example. The client lays their head down and drools onto the table. We'll also be targeting hitting, striking another person with a hand, arm, or another body part with force to cause physical harm, such as slapping a peer when they sit close to them. A non-example being they accidentally bump into a teacher. Biting, closing teeth forcefully on another person's body in a way that causes pressure or pain, such as biting the staff's hand when they are asking the client to do a matching task. A non-example would be if they bit their own clothes or another object when denied access to gummy worms. Playing in the toilet. That one, the definition for that is just going to be placing their hands, body parts, or another object into the water of the toilet. So such as when they're completing their bathroom routine, they place their foot into the toilet water. That would be an example of playing in the toilet. Non-example would be completing their bathroom routine and maybe they adjust their clothes while they're sitting on the toilet. For the DRO, we have done a paired choice preference assessment. We've identified that popcorn is going to be a highly preferred edible. For this aspect of the plan, we'll be targeting it at all times during the session. So we're going to set an interval timer. You can use the timer from the supplies or just use the timer on your iPad. And then we want to make sure to provide that popcorn immediately when the timer goes off, even if the client is engaged in an academic task. So you can kind of see the steps of the DRO intervention there. We're going to be passing out the task analysis to everyone so they can take a look at the steps and have a look at the DRO intervention steps there. And then this is the second part of the plan, the task contingent reinforcement. The preference assessment also identified gummy worms as a highly preferred edible, so we're going to be using that for the bathroom routine reinforcer. This aspect of the plan will only be targeted during bathroom routines. There'll be no need to edit the timer during the bathroom routines. Continue to let it run so long as no spitting occurs. If the DRO timer goes off during the bathroom routine, we're just going to simply wait until the end of the bath routine and then provide the popcorn. Just for sanitary purposes, we want to, make sure we have our hands washed and everything before we're eating popcorn. But then we do want to provide that as quickly as possible to make that reinforcer kind of line up with the timer of their DRO. Data collection. We're going to continue to collect data as we have been doing on the behaviors of spitting, hitting, and biting. We're going to track frequency on these behaviors, which means we're going to record each instance of the behavior occurring during the session. It's going to be important to collect accurate behavior data. That'll be the way we know if the intervention is working or not. We have those behavior definitions, so use those as a guide if you're unsure about whether a behavior occurred or not. You can also ask a supervisor or a room lead if you're unsure about behavior. BCBAs and room leads will be monitoring the fidelity of the intervention using a checklist, so we'll be kind of going off that task list that we just saw. This will be occurring during our O&D sessions. Data analysis and progress monitoring will be guiding the decision we make about the interventions going forward. So please see the task analysis to check which interval will be used for the DRO timer. The initial interval is going to be 5 minutes. It'll then be raised to 10 minutes, up to 20, with the eventual goal of reaching 30 minutes, with the idea of kind of maintaining around that 30-minute time. So please report to the BCBA or room lead if any issues regarding data collection arise, so we can kind of quickly address those issues to ensure that we're continuing that accurate data collection. And yeah, just to kind of summarize, we've got a two-part reinforcement plan with our client. The first part will be a DRO, where we'll set a timer and provide popcorn for intervals of no spitting occurring. The second will be task contingent reinforcement, where we'll provide gummy worms for appropriately completing a bathroom routine. We're going to continue to collect data on behaviors, again, those being spitting, hitting, and biting. And then BCBAs and room leads will be monitoring the intervention and providing coaching on the BIP implementation during sessions. Okay, and then that was kind of the end of our training. We'll open it up to questions now if anyone has a question or would like to discuss. Now is the time for that. Thank you.